Hey sports fans, we're back, and today we're here to talk about the biggest celebrity football fans of all 65 Power 5 schools. But before we dive into all that good stuff, do me a favor and click that subscribe button. All done? Alright, let's go. Alabama. Kicking off this list with our biggest celebrity fan of the Alabama Crimson Tide is Alabama native Channing Tatum. Tatum makes it perfectly clear that he's an Auburn fan, and not a fan of their rivals Auburn, who also happen to reside in Alabama. Arizona. There have been quite a few celebrities that follow Arizona Wildcats football, but with this one we're going to go with the actor that formerly attended the school and now can't seem to stay away from all of the home games, and is even best buds with the athletic director, and that's actor Greg Kinnear. Arizona State. Late-night talk show Jimmy Kimmel is an Arizona State fan and has been a longtime supporter of the Sun Devils, where he can be seen in the stands throughout the season. Arkansas. Our biggest Arkansas Razorback supporter is one of the most colorful athletes to ever grace the PGA Tour in John Daly. Auburn. When CEO Tim Cook isn't too busy running Apple, he's busy watching the Auburn Tigers. We're not sure how many people would exactly recognize the CEO of Apple in the stands, but we're sure the private Tim doesn't really mind it. Baylor. Selena Gomez, who is a Texas native, actually named her dog after Baylor, located in Waco, Texas. Gomez is a big Baylor supporter, and if you like something enough to name your dog after it, you have reached another level of fandom. Boston College. Television personality Elizabeth Hasselbeck supports Boston College, which is said to be her favorite team, college or professional, and that even includes when her husband Tim Hasselbeck was playing in the league. California. Cal. Adam Duritz of the Counting Crows is someone you could count on seeing at Cal games quite often. Duritz is such a diehard that he gives pre-game pep talks. Central Michigan. Tim the Toolman Taylor of Home Improvement, better known as Tim Allen or Toy Story's Buzz Lightyear, is Central Michigan's biggest fan. Tim will attend a game here and there and actually transferred from Central Michigan during college, but he still has ties. Clemson. Rex Ryan loves him some Clemson and once jokingly wore a Clemson helmet at a Buffalo Bills press conference to poke fun of his love for them. Colorado. This one's a 2-for-1, guys, with creators of South Park, Trey Stone and Matt Parker. Stone and Parker both attended the University of Colorado and are gigantic Colorado Buffaloes fans. So big, in fact, in order to rally the team against ASU in a game back in 2016, Parker and Stone once had Eric Cartman show up and greet fans before the game. Duke. This one was a toss-up between Rob Lowe and Tony Romo, but since we've seen Lowe show up to more Blue Devils games, we're going to give the edge to Lowe. Florida. For the Gators, it's host, sideline reporter, and sports analyst Erin Andrews. There were a few to choose from, but this one goes to Erin because she's definitely the most vocal about her Gators. Florida State. Boxing great Roy Jones Jr. is a Florida native and vocal FSU fan. He's been spotted at several practices and is known to help fire up the team. Georgia. When it comes to the Georgia Bulldogs, our biggest celebrity fan is mega host Ryan Seacrest. He even tried to get his co-host Kelly Ripa to bark like a dog. In a near deadlock with Seacrest is Samuel L. Jackson, who will probably loathe this channel for not mentioning him, so we see you, Sam. Georgia Tech. Former President Jimmy Carter has been a Georgia Tech supporter ever since he attended the school there, and when you've lived as long as Jimmy and loved Georgia Tech as long as Jimmy, you win the top celebrity fan prize. Illinois. If you know anything about Bill Murray, is that he loves his sport, so checking him in as the University of Illinois' biggest fan shouldn't surprise you in the slightest. Indiana. Through the good and the bad of Hoosier football, John Cougar Mellencamp has stuck by his longtime love through and through. Iowa. The Hawkeyes' biggest fan is celebrity Ashton Kutcher, who frequents their games and loves to wear his Trust Iowa hat during random press events and while strolling around the city. Iowa State. For the Iowa State Cyclones, their biggest celebrity supporter has to be WWE legendary Mike Foley. Foley, one of WWE's more interesting characters, is rarely seen without Iowa State gear when he's not in character as Mankind. Kansas. Funny man Jason Sudeikis is all about Kansas, and you can watch him in the stands all the time and is alleged to be one of the more approachable celebrities at sporting events. Kansas State. Our biggest Kansas State supporter is Kansas sports lover Eric Stonestreet, who plays Cameron Tucker on Modern Family. The two-time Emmy winner attended college at Kansas State and is said to schedule his life around their football games. Kentucky. Toronto native Drake is a huge sports fan and tends to hop from team to team depending on how they're doing, but when it comes to the University of Kentucky, which he's even rapped about, he's a fan of basketball and football. While he will never beat Ashley Judd for biggest Kentucky sports fan overall, he beats Ashley when it comes to attending football games as the actress's love is solely basketball. Louisville. Kentucky native Jennifer Lawrence has voiced her support for Louisville and has also been seen sporting Louisville gear on numerous occasions and has even been seen throwing up the famous Louisville L. LSU. There isn't a bigger literal or figurative supporter of LSU football than Shaquille O'Neal. The Hall of Fame center's love for LSU dates back to his playing days, and it's said that he attends as many LSU football games as his busy schedule permits. Maryland. Maryland's biggest fan is Mr. SVP himself, Scott Van Pelt, who likes to wear his favorite team's gear just about any time you see him dressed in something sports casual. Miami U. When you appear in a 30 for 30 about the school in question, you find your way onto this list, as did Miami's unofficial mayor and member to Two Live Crew, Luther Campbell. Campbell may have been a little bit too big of a fan after he allegedly piloted a pay-for-play program that rewarded players for scoring touchdowns and making big hits along with a lot of other things. Bad or good, our pick is Luther Campbell. Michigan. When it comes to the mighty Michigan Wolverines, our biggest supporter is none other than Maximus Decimus Meridius, better known as Russell Crowe. The Gladiator star and Oscar winner is passionate about his football and loves him some Michigan. Michigan State. Sports analyst Jemele Hill takes the biggest celebrity football fan nod here, as she never shies away from speaking her mind when it comes to her Spartans, and has even had an epic rant regarding her Spartans' win over in-state rivals the Wolverines. Minnesota. Hall of Fame coach and University of Minnesota alum Tony Dungy is our pick for the Golden Gophers' biggest fan. Dungy is present at plenty of games and helps the program with his coaching wisdom whenever he can. Mississippi State. Tell us if you see a theme yet of school alumni and biggest celebrity football fans. That being said, we got another one for you in former Mississippi State QB Dak Prescott and his love for his Bulldogs. Dak wears every Mississippi State sports team's gear, but gives his all to his former team and speaks to players, as well as casually commented that when his playing days are over, he may be on the Bulldogs staff. Missouri. Mad Men's Don Draper, better known to you as Jon Hamm, or well, Don. Don is pretty popular too. Either way, Jon Hamm is a massive supporter of the football program and even appeared in a Missouri athletic sports commercial. Nebraska. Big Red football's top fan is Larry the Cable Guy, who could be found among the sea of red at the Cornhuskers games. North Carolina. Michael Jordan is North Carolina sports, and this selection isn't even close. Jordan, who was named an honorary captain of the football team in 2017, has had his hands all over UNC's football program, and that same year announced that the football team would be wearing Jumpman. MJ is also tight with Mac Brown and has been asked to give the team speeches and advice on the regular. NC State. Zach Alfinakis attended NC State for college, and although he didn't graduate, the love for his school and sports team held. Northwestern. For Northwestern, it's none other than Pardon the Interruption's Michael Wilbon, and we will call it a tie with Saturday Night Live alumni Seth Meyers. Notre Dame. Before the passing of Regis Philbin, there was no bigger celebrity fighting Irish supporter, but now that mantle has been passed to actor Vince Vaughn. Not to mention, Vaughn was in Notre Dame football classic Rudy. Ohio State. The Buckeyes' biggest fan is the biggest athlete on the planet, LeBron James, who probably has more than a few Buckeye fans of his own growing up in Ohio. Ole Miss. Katy Perry may be Ole Miss's most famous supporter, as she pronounced her love in College Game Day Live, but as for their biggest fan, that award goes to Fox News anchor Shepard Smith, who shows up for just about every football game. Oklahoma. Oklahoma Sooners' biggest celebrity fan has to be Toby Keith, who has become such a big part of the program, as his presence is almost as synonymous with Sooner football as the OU logo itself. Oklahoma State. Country singer Garth Brooks Scott's love for the state of Oklahoma, and he also loves him some Oklahoma State football. Brooks is our pick because whenever he's asked about OK State, he lights up like he's on a concert stage. Oregon. Nike CEO Phil Knight is hands down the biggest Oregon Ducks supporter, and Phil flexes his billions by upgrading the Ducks facilities and equipment. It's not like Phil is just a checkbook though, he frequently attends Ducks games. Oregon State. Model and actor Sarah Lee Underwood is our choice for Oregon State's biggest fan. While she may not be the biggest celebrity, she's the biggest celebrity supporter that actually attends Oregon State games. Penn State. Comedian Keegan-Michael Kay may be known as a funny man, but he's all business when it comes to his Penn State Nittany Lions, and even led the team out of the tunnel. Pitt. Dan Marino regularly supports Pitt, his alma mater, and frequents the games and practices, often imparting his Hall of Fame wisdom on the program. Purdue. There's no bigger celebrity Purdue football fan than former Purdue quarterback Drew Brees. This one's a no-brainer. Rutgers. Celebrity chef Mario Batali is a huge Rutgers football supporter, and since the passing of James Gandolfini, who was a Rutgers football superfan, Batali is said to catch a football game whenever he's able. South Carolina. The South Carolina Gamecocks' biggest celebrity fan, Darius Rucker, is one of many musicians on the list, but Rucker may be the only musician to have college football games on a monitor when he's performing. Stanford. Tiger Woods is Stanford's biggest athlete, and the golf legend is a Stanford football superfan. Yes, many of the times you see Stanford televised, it isn't a coincidence that Tiger just happens to be on the sideline for that game you happen to tune into. Tiger has been spotted at a ton of games, and that shouldn't change anytime soon. Syracuse. The POTUS is a huge Syracuse supporter, and considering he's one of the most famous faces on the planet Earth, we're going to go ahead and give this one to Joe Biden. TCU. TCU's biggest celebrity football fan is the boys' actress Chantel Van Satten. Tennessee. Kenny Chesney is our biggest Tennessee Volts fan, but he's not chosen without a bit of controversy for giving some fair-weather fan answers when he once interviewed about his Volunteers. He did, however, produce a documentary about a quarterback from Tennessee that's broke the color barrier, so his Tennessee roots might have grown a little bit more after that one. Texas. All right. The next person on our list needs no introduction around Texas Longhorns football, and this biggest celebrity fan is Matthew Mcconaughey. Texas A&M. Before Von Miller was a Bronco, he was an Aggie. Von, like many other alumni on this list, gives back to the school in a big way, and he's been part of the Aggies family since turning pro. Texas Tech. There are quite a few country singers on this list, and well, why not add another in Pat Green and his love for Texas Tech? Green has been known to see red when his Red Raiders are losing and takes in games very often. UCLA. Actor and comedian Will Forte is part of a friendly UCLA and USC rivalry with his buddy Will Ferrell. Forte, who attended UCLA, didn't miss many games and doesn't have a problem letting his rival USC friends like Ferrell and Judd Apatow know about it whenever UCLA beats their in-city rivals. Unfortunately for Will Forte, that has been nearly 3 years. USC. Will Ferrell is our pick for the Trojans' biggest celebrity fan. The USC alumni spends about as much time on USC's sidelines as any of the coaches and players, so this one is a no-brainer. Honorable mention goes to Snoop Dogg, who stuck with his Trojans even after his own son was on the Bruins. Utah. Steve Smith beats out Republican political consultant Karl Rove because, well, Smith Sr. watches the football games and tweets about them, and, well, it doesn't appear Karl Rove shows up to support his alma mater but will watch them on an occasion. Vanderbilt. Skip Bayless is one of the biggest sports fans, period, and when it comes to Vanderbilt, where he attended college, there's nobody even close to his level of fandom. Virginia. Another toss-up of sorts is actress Tina Fey and author John Grisham support Virginia, but we're rolling with Katie Curry because, as you've seen through the theme of this list, the celeb that shows more support most often gets the tiebreaker. Virginia Tech. Our choice for Virginia Tech's biggest celebrity fan is the athlete that put Virginia Tech on the map, Michael Vick. Wake Forest. One of the biggest names to ever come out of Wake Forest, NBA Hall of Famer Tim Duncan is our biggest celebrity fan. The private giant has been seen at multiple Wake Forest sporting events. Washington. Actor and comedian Joel Mchale is our top Washington Huskies fan because he puts it out there anytime it's brought up or not brought up. Through thick and thin, Mchale is just the type of celebrity fan we like that doesn't just like his Huskies when they're good. West Virginia. Country singer Brad Paisley is a gigantic football fan, and when he's not appearing in commercials with Peyton Manning or out somewhere touring, he's watching his Mountaineers. Wisconsin. When it comes to Wisconsin, our final school, we have a few tough choices, but we had to go with J.J. Watt because J.J., like many other athletes on this list, gives back. And J.J. is the consummate former athlete that motivates and lifts his former program while making sure to make himself accessible to players and coaching staff. Phew, 65 teams up, 65 teams down. While some of the names on the list may surprise you, many of the names on the list happen to be alumni, which gave us a ton of names to choose from, but when it all comes down to it, no two football fans are alike, so we chose based on game attendance and overall love for their respective football programs. Let us know what you think about our list of biggest celebrity fans by dropping a comment, and as always, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do me a favor and click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on this channel and more videos just like this. Until next time, sports fans.